What's up, guys? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Marcelina. I feel like I haven't done an intro in so long. Like, I just be jumping straight into the videos. I don't know, I feel like starting this one off. Obviously by the title you already know this is the November goals update plus December goals. We're gonna touch on a couple different things. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, let me know with that thumbs up. Y'all need to start liking my videos for real. Like, let me know what y'all want to see more of. That's basic social media etiquette for real. Starting off with, I'm looking down my notes like usual. Starting off with my November goals update. Let's reflect on November real quickly. I was trying to jot some things down as to what some of my goals were. I have my vision board as my thumbnail on the first video that I created. I just went through that and, you know, checked some things off if I felt like I accomplished it, whatever. Some of the goals that I had on there, one of them was consistency in regards to social media. Okay, so when I started off November, I said I was gonna post every single day, kind of like a vlogmas, but in November. That did not happen. I realized very quickly that I did not want to do that because it was not giving quality. It was giving quantity over quality, and that's not what I wanted it to give. I feel like some of the other videos that I have up from the November challenge, I'm probably gonna remove them just because personally the quality was not there. And like editing wise, I didn't really do much with the editing. It wasn't giving what I wanted it to give, so I feel like I'm probably gonna private those videos if anything, but I'm still deciding. Aside from that, I feel like I was pretty consistent. I was posting every day on TikTok. I didn't miss it. I don't think I missed a day, but I could have. I feel like I didn't miss a day, but a part of me also feels like I probably missed the weekends. But either way, I was very consistent. But TikTok has become so annoying. It's become so annoying to me. Like, figuring out the algorithm alone is like a headache, and I haven't even, oh my gosh, content creation as a whole is just so much work. Like, it's so much work. It's so much work, and it's so crazy because I've just recently been seeing videos about how much work it is, and I'm like, yeah, it's so much work. You see this cute little 8-second aesthetic video and you're like, oh, that's cute, but you don't see the work, time, and effort that was put in behind the scenes. Because some of those, especially the 8-second ones, it could take like 3 hours to film sometimes. Not me though, not me, but I've seen some creators be like, oh, like it took them 3 hours to film and edit, to film, not edit, to film that video in particular. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready for that, because I really do. I love seeing the different types of editing techniques. I've seen this one, like it reminds me of our childhoods when we were playing them like dress up games with the, not just Barbie, I forget the websites, but there was one creator, she does her makeup like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I personally don't have the time for that. And she posts consistently. I don't know how sis is able to post consistently, but she posts like, sometimes it'll be like every day, then it's like 2 days, but she don't go beyond like 3 or 4 days, I think. And I'm like, dang, because not only does that take a while to edit, you're doing your makeup, that's gonna take a while to edit, but also it takes forever to film. Like, the filming alone, I thought about it and I was like, oh, like I don't think this is for me. I'm not that level yet, I'm not that advanced yet, but I love the way it looks. I love it. I'm gonna get there one day. I want to try to do that with like some of my get dressed with me videos, because I feel like that'll be so much fun. My thing is, I be rushing when I'm doing, especially when I'm doing the get dressed with me, I be rushing so that it doesn't turn out how I really want it to. And it's like, okay, but those are just the short form contents. Like, the short form contents is like, you know, I feel like I could just do effort and it'll be cool, but like, really, no. For December, what I want to focus on is more talking content versus the aesthetic ones, because the aesthetic ones are a lot easier to do with the music in the background, but like it doesn't really give anything. So I think I want to do more talking content for December and keep them under a minute and see how those do in comparison. Oh, speaking of consistency, I'm gonna take it back. I wasn't really all that consistent. The only thing I was consistent with was YouTube. I'm gonna give myself that. I was supposed to be consistent with posting on the Amazon influencer program stuff, and I wasn't. I only posted 2 videos. I'm trying to move into the furniture. So household items have a higher percentage, and since I just moved and everything, I have a lot of stuff that I could really post about, but I haven't done it. And this is the other thing. I'm like, I have a way outside of that I could be making money, but I'm not pushing it, and I feel like I should do that. High key, maybe a part of me is just like, I don't want to give up on the other accounts just yet, but I really should. What I'm looking for in terms of getting in and starting to make money and stuff, Amazon does that. So I should really be putting more of my focus over there, but I just need to focus on one thing at a time. But at the same time, because you know that saying, it's so about a lot of skills, but you're not good at one is a fool. Something like that. Let me Google this because I need it. Jack of all trades, master of none, though oftentimes better than a master of one. So I'm gonna focus on the first part. That's what it's giving right now. Like, I'm doing all the social medias and I haven't really mastered one necessarily, so I feel like I should. But you know, like that second part says, I feel like this is just an excuse for me, but that, like that second part says, though oftentimes better than a master of one. I'm not trying to push myself too hard because I do work a 9 to 5, like, mind you, that's the main thing. I work a 9 to 5, so trying to fit everything into the day is a lot more difficult than usually, but we gonna make it work. I'm gonna get there eventually. I'm gonna put an emphasis on that for December. Okay, so the next one I had on my vision board, like a new era of me, and I have it checked mark because I do feel like I'm definitely stepping into something, but I don't know if it's necessarily a new era or what. Like, I don't know what to title it. Like, I feel like I'm just going with the flow. So the next thing on my vision board, I had self-care and like journaling and things like that, and I had that checked off as well, just because one thing about me, I'm gonna focus on myself. I'm gonna take care of me first, because I know for a fact that if I'm not good, nothing is good. Like, nothing is getting done. I'm not talking to nobody, so I make sure to take care of myself. That way I can show up for other people. Now, did I talk to anybody this month? I don't think so. Outside of going home for Thanksgiving, I don't think so. But it's because life has been very hectic. I personally don't know how to function if like there's a lot going on in my life. I don't know how to function and call people and like move as if things are stable. Like, I don't know how people do that. Another thing I had on there was books. I have books on my vision board. Ask me what book I read. Ask me what book I touched. Ask me what book I looked at. Not a single thing. And it's actually so crazy. I will say, I feel like I keep giving myself excuses, but these are like low-key valid excuses, but only to a certain extent. Because, okay, so for the books, right, I've never been the buying books type, because if I read it once, I know I'm not gonna read it again. So I don't buy books, I just get it from the library. But the thing with that is, my library card doesn't work here. I need to get a different library card. I don't even know where the library is here, if they even, they probably got one, but I don't know where it is, and I haven't taken the time out to look for it because other things be on my mind. And thing is, I'm technically making excuses, because if I wanted to accomplish that goal, I would have went out and looked for a library and, you know, signed up and got me a library book, but I didn't. Not having a library card is definitely an excuse, because I still have an iPad. There are books that I could get on there still for free, but like, here we are with me making excuses. This is one of the stuff that we just need to stop. We just need to stop before 2024 gets here, because otherwise we just gonna be making the same mistakes, doing the same things, making the same excuses, like, oh, I don't have a library card, I don't know where to get free books from, I can't find this, I can't find that. And it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Honestly, it's unnecessary. There's so many resources at the tip of our hands that I feel like, because there's so many, you don't realize what you have. It's one of those things, you don't realize what you have until it's gone. Because if you live somewhere where you didn't have access to that, you would be craving for it. You'll be like, ah. And I'm definitely that type of person. Like, I like having the option, because when I don't have the option, it's like, okay, now it's by force, and that doesn't sit right with me. So I like having the option to do so, but I choose not to. We're gonna do better. You and I, we're gonna do better. It's gonna be 2024. Even though today's day, as I'm filming this video, it's Sunday, December 3rd. But after I get done filming, I'm gonna go on my computer and I'm gonna look up libraries close to me and apply for library cards and start ordering books and then taking the time out to read. I've started taking the time out of my day to like really sit down and be intentional with like my Bible readings and stuff like that. That was another goal I had in November that did not get accomplished. So the next one that I have is YouTube subscribers. I wanted to reach 1,000 subscribers. I didn't have it set for the end of November, but I have it set for the end of the year in general. And we only need like 400 more. I feel like we could do it. We can do it. Obviously, I need to be a lot more consistent and post maybe 2 types of sitting videos so that y'all will feel like following me. I get that. But also I need y'all to also subscribe to help me reach that goal. That's one of the main December goals. And then like the subcategory of that is to get monetized. So it seems pretty big because 400 subscribers, like YouTubers do not be subscribing to anything. I don't know, part of me just feels like we can do it. You know, I feel like we can do it. I was at 520, 527, 530. I kept fluctuating between there. I was there for so long. I feel like I was there since May. I was there for so long. And like at first when I would post shorts, like I would get some subscribers from there. But then I got to the point where I was like, the people that come from shorts don't really watch my regular videos. It doesn't seem like they watch my regular videos. So I was like, maybe I don't want short subscribers, like subscribers from shorts, but I also want to reach 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully y'all watch the long form videos as well as the shorts. If y'all do, that would be great. But if not, I get it. I get it. Sometimes you only have enough capacity for shorts. I don't know, I posted a video literally randomly one day on shorts and they boosted it. And I was like, okay, I feel like y'all just want me to post more shorts content. I have some other ones, but I'm not gonna go into that. Overall for November was pretty good. It was pretty chill. The month itself was very hectic. I feel like there's a lot just going through my mind and it just hasn't rested. Like it's always something. Like I could be in the middle of doing something and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go do that. But I've told myself to stop doing that because like I would pause what I'm doing like right in the middle and then I'll go do something else, and then like I'm walking by what I was doing, I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't finish this, but I'm not even finished with the other thing. So when I'm like, oh, let me go do this, I'm like, no, let me finish this first and then I'm gonna go do that, because I cannot, nothing is gonna get done like that. I think for December, I mean, I am going on a trip with my friends, because I was gonna say I want to call some more people, because I don't think I called anybody in November for real. Like and that's really not good. But like the way time is moving, even today I was so flabbergasted. I was like, okay, I woke up, I was laying in bed for a little bit, whatever. Next thing I know, it's like, okay, it's getting time for church to start. So I'm getting up, I'm doing my thing, I ate breakfast first. All of a sudden it's like 11:20, 25ish. Church starts at 12, so I'm like, okay, I got enough time. Like I want to be out of here by 11:45, so that's cool. I go shower, everything. Tell me why I get out the shower, it's 11:38. I'm like, okay, that's good. Like, you know, I have plenty of time still. I get dressed, I already knew what I was wearing. My hair was already pretty much done. It was I had a sew-in at the time, but like I didn't like it, so that's how we ended up here. Somewhere in between me getting dressed, I mean, I was also recording a get dressed with me, but even before I pressed record, when I was running to go get the camera, it was 11:45. I was like, but it was just 11:38. I did not spend 10 minutes getting dressed because I had everything out already. Like I was so confused. And then after everything was done and I was getting ready to step out the out my house, it's 11 what? I think it was 11:58. I'm like, luckily I live like 2 minutes away from church, but I'm so confused. The time I exit my door and go to my car is 12. I'm like, there's no way. Literally, as I'm walking out the door, it was 11:58. How is it 12? When I tell you I'm so close to my car, it's 1, 2, 3 steps and I'm at my car. I was so shook. I was so shook. Like time is sprinting on a different level. I knew we were losing seconds, but at this rate we losing years. Like I'm still shook just talking about. I'm still shook. So that's really the main thing that happened in November. I was just all over the place. Time was moving too fast. Next thing I knew, it was December. Like December hasn't even really registered for me, but next thing I knew was December. I remember I was doing my budget for the month because I got, y'all, like, ain't God good. I'm over here like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what I spend my money on this month. Well, November, I'm like, I don't know what I spend my money on, but like I've spent so much money. I'm not gonna be able to save as much as I wanted to. Here comes some extra income. It's not like I was in need, but I was like, dang, how we get here? November definitely ended on a more positive note. I don't think it started off bad. It started off pretty high and on a positive note. I feel like that's something to keep in mind. Like if you want your month to go well, at least like the first couple days, first week if you can, start it on a really high note. That way, even if it comes closer to the lower end by the end of the month, it's not too low. It's still pretty positive. Oh, this is what I was going to talk about earlier. So I be battling with what I want to share on social media and what I don't. Like there are certain things, like I'm not battling that. I'm just not posting about it at all. Like my family, for instance, I'm never posting them on my social media. I personally don't like that. If you ever see them, you might see them with like a blurred face, but not more than that. Especially my brother. Like I'm very much overprotective, especially over my family. The things that I would post about that I be battling with, I just, because y'all know how social media is, like whatever you post is what people feel like they can comment on and talk about. And I'm not there yet. Like I'm not mature enough for that part. Like I respond back. I'm not gonna hold you. I respond back. Sometimes it'd be fun, it'd be entertaining, but like I don't want it to be something, I don't want to post about something like serious and it get taken a certain way. You know how people be like, you'll post something and now they just want to be nasty about it. I don't think I'm ready for that. And religion is one of those things. Obviously we're supposed to be disciples and all of that, and we're supposed to help spread the good news of the Lord and like actually move in goodness. But my thing is, and this kind of goes into how I see religion as a whole anyways. I'm Catholic, by the way, in case you ain't know. I'm Catholic. I'm not one to just listen to any type of gospel music. I'm not one to listen to any type of gospel artist or one to watch any type of sermons, because I feel very heavy on, you don't know what this person does behind the screens. You don't know what they do in their home. You don't know what kind of evil spirit they have within themselves that they're pushing this type of stuff out to you. I'm not gonna say any names, but this one artist in particular, when I saw people going, and this is kind of like a sidebar, but when I saw people going to their concert or their like worship concert, worship night, I don't know what they called it, but I was very much side-eyeing this. I side-eye any like pastor, church, priest, whatever, that not just makes a lot of money, but they advertise it in a certain way. It's different if they were making that money and it was just all going towards charities and this and that and the third. But a lot of them be using it to like bring themselves, and now you see they living in a mansion and they driving this type of car, they doing this. And it's not like I'm pocket watching or anything. It's more so, you and I both know God lived a very simple life, or Jesus lived a very simple life. He lived the type of life where, let's say for a car, for instance, a Toyota Camry is more than enough for him to get to point A to point B. He don't need nothing fancy. But you, as the priest and the pastor and the whatever, you're driving what, a Porsche, and paying for those fees with like maybe tithings and stuff like that. That's my thing. I'm not gonna say who I'm talking about. It's a couple. It's a couple, especially the mainstream like gospel artists and stuff like that. That's why I don't be following them, because their lifestyle does not signify what they teach. I feel like I just went left, so let me try to come back. Okay, basically what I'm trying to say before I went on that tangent is, I don't know really how I'm supposed to, or yeah, I think that's the right way to frame it. I think I just don't know how to push God's word and like the good deeds that we're supposed to do, especially on social media, without getting too deep into it, for people to then come around and like add their nonsensical nonsense. Because like I don't want to hear that. And not even just the negative people, but also the people that like push their version of like what they think a Bible verse means. Because I stand on, obviously everybody knows everybody's path is different, but I stand on how you interpret the Bible is up to you. So the next person being like, oh, this verse means X, Y, and Z, depending on who they are, I'm very, I wouldn't say a side eye, but I'm very hesitant in taking in what the next person says about anything regarding the Bible, honestly, just because like it's my own personal path. I'm interpreting this, like I could interpret a phrase right now today as one way, but years ago I was interpreting it a different way. It's happened so many times. So when people are so sure like, oh, this is what it means, da 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 da, it's like they've translated the Bible so many times, they ain't say that. But what makes you think you know more than even the people that wrote it? Because I don't want to open that door, but I also want to be able to like push it like I'm supposed to, especially if I'm gonna be on social media, because I already don't go outside. So it's not like I'm gonna be like to the next person like, oh, have you heard the good news, da da da. I'm not Jehovah's Witness. So it's like, I don't know if that even makes sense, because it was kind of all over the place. But yeah, let me know if you understood what I was trying to say, or you didn't. If you didn't, I'll try to explain it later. But for December's goal, obviously I've said this before, reaching 1,000 subscribers, hopefully getting monetized as well. Definitely reading books. I think I'm gonna aim for 2 books this month. Actually, I'm gonna aim for 1. Let's start small. Reading the Bible every single day, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, just starting somewhere. I was looking on Reddit and they recommended starting with Job, so that's where I'm on right now. We'll see how far I get along, or like where I'm at by the end of this month. I would say this, but I'm not gonna say it just in case somebody see this. By the end of this month, I want to get 3K additional followers on TikTok, just because it's very stagnant right now and it's not making sense. It needs to come on now. I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in my next video. Still wanna try.